Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today guys, I'm gonna do part 3 to my Google Gemini chatbot series. Where in today's video guys, we're gonna try again to do the baby Lugia. It didn't really work out great last time, so this time I'm actually gonna try to do it where I made, well, apparently I did change the story just a bit, but not by much. Because of that, I'll read out exactly what it says this time. Here's how the story starts. They call it, I can't even read the word they got for the name of this story because they wouldn't have a word that I don't think is good for YouTube. Here's what it says though. It says from the moment this baby Lugia came into the world, a small shimmering Lugia was different. I don't know why I worded that weird. It says from the moment he came into the world, a small shimmering Lugia was different. Born into a family of powerful, majestic beings, a mother, a father, and an older brother, he was set apart by one unique trait. He could speak perfect, flawless English. While his family communicated in roars and chirps, the baby Lugia's first words were a polite, clear request for food. His family, however, did not share his sentiment. They treated him with a coldness that seemed to defy the natural order of things, a family of guardians who refused to guard their own. They didn't even try to feed him or care for him. Holy crap. One day his tiny stomach rumbled with hunger. The baby Lugia asked, "May I please have some food?" The request was met with a chorus of harsh laughter from his parents and brother. "If you want food that badly, you can go get it yourself, you little twerp." His father sneered, his voice a low rumble. Following their cruel words, the three of them began to bully the young Lugia, their actions causing him pain and distress. This cycle of hardship, I'm going to use that instead of that one word, began on his very first day, and the young Lugia, not yet understanding the depths of their cruelty, did exactly as they said. He ventured out alone, his tiny, unpracticed wings unable to lift him from the ground, forced to scavenge for sustenance. Unfortunately, the world outside was as unkind as his family. He was attacked by a group of bigger, wilder Pokemon, their attacks leaving him bruised and battered. When he finally limped back, a small piece of food clutched in his mouth, his family's response was not one of concern, but of ridicule. "Wow, what a wimp," his mother scoffed. "I can't believe you would get hurt like that, you stupid Pokemon. Enjoy the little food you have, because that's all you're going to get." Oh my gosh. This awful routine continued for months. The baby Lugia was forced to hunt for his own food, a dangerous and painful task, while his family watched and laughed at his many injuries. He was a constant source of amusement for them, a punching bag for their cruelty. The pain, both physical and emotional, began to take its toll, but he endured. A few months later, the young Lugia prepared to go on another food hunt. He decided to ask his parents for one last chance at a normal life. "Please, can you teach me how to fly?" he asked, his voice filled with a desperate hope. "It would make hunting so much less dangerous." The request was the same as always. The response, they laughed in his face. "Oh my gosh. No, you can go learn yourself." Something inside the baby Lugia finally broke. He was done. He was tired of the mockery and the pain. He made up his mind to learn to fly on his own. He found an open space and began flapping his wings with all his might. His family watched from a distance, their expressions a mix of boredom and amusement. He struggled for a long time, each failed attempt met with jeers from his brother and laughter from his parents. But he didn't give up. He flapped, he pushed, he wheeled his tiny body into the air. Eventually he got the hang of it, and with a powerful surge he ascended, soaring into the sky. As he flew away, he heard his family's final insult. "Wow, finally that stupid little idiot got it." That was the last straw. The baby Lugia, without a backward glance, flew away, not just to find food, but to find a life without them. He flew for hours, the pain of his past a bitter fuel for his escape. He was not an expert flyer, but his determination kept him going. As he soared through the vast open sky, the wind began to pick up. He lost his balance, his small body buffeted by the strong gust. He smacked right into a large, sturdy tree. A sickening crack echoing through the air as his wing instantly gave out. A high-pitched squeal of pain escaped his beak as he fell to the ground. His wing twisted at an unnatural angle. Oh my gosh, why does it keep making it that? Ugh! Unable to move, he lay there helpless and alone for a full hour before he hears the sound of footsteps approaching. And that's exactly where, well, I have to start. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I just hear soft crying and whimpering and start approaching the sound. And say, hello? Who's crying? The whimpering grows louder with every step. Sound a fragile, pained melody cutting through the stillness of the forest. The gentle rustle of leaves underfoot is the only other sound as you push past the thicket of ferns, the air growing colder as you move deeper into the clearing. And then you see, hold at the base of a massive oak tree, a creature unlike any you've ever seen lies on the mossy ground. Did it reach the point I've never seen what a Lugia is? It's a small shimmering Pokemon. Its body of soft, pearlescent white, accented by the light blue spines running down its back. Its eyes, impossibly large and filled with tears, are a deep ocean-like blue, reflecting the last rays of the setting sun. The whimpering you hear is coming from him, a soft, broken sound that seems to echo the pain visible in his expression. His wing, the very thing that should give him freedom, is the source of his agony. It's been a horrific, unnatural angle, a stark contrast to his otherwise pristine appearance. The delicate membranes are torn in a few places, and the bone underneath is visibly askew. He closed his body with his other uninjured wing, as if trying to shield himself from the world, his whole frame trembling with pain and exhaustion. Scattered around him are broken twigs and crushed leaves, evidence of his brutal impact with the tree. He looks at you, his large eyes with a mix of fear and desperation, unable to move and unable to escape. It makes it look like I'm going to flip and hurt him. What the frick? Okay, guys, we got him to speak. It's still short, but hey, at least now we got speaking Lugia. That's only last time. I probably made this one work good last time. I says, whoa, Lugia, hello? Were you the one I heard crying? A fresh wave of pain shoots through the small Lugia's body as your voice cuts through the quiet. Its head lifts ever so slightly from the ground, the effort causing it to wince. The large, tear-filled eyes, previously fixated on you, now closed for a moment in agony, a low, pained whimper escaping its throat before it managed to form words. Yes, it was me, he says, his voice a faint whisper, ragged and thin from the cold and the pain. He tries to shift until his pull his bent weight closer to his body, but the movement only causes another sharp, breathless gasp. I fell. I couldn't fly anymore. He shivers, whether from the dropping temperature or the sheer exhaustion of it all, it's impossible to tell. Tears that had been welling in his eyes finally spill over, tracing a clear shimmering path down his cheeks. He looks at you again, his gaze full of profound and hopeless fear, his entire body trembling violently. The point I think I want to hurt him. Again, no. I'm not gonna... Give me a second, guys. Alright, guys. I said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Are you injured? The small Lugia lets out a ragged, trembling sigh, his gaze falling to its twisted wing. I can't move it, he whimpers, his voice barely audible above the rustling of the leaves. It hurts so much. He shifts again, a small shudder running through his body as a fresh jolt of pain courses through his wing. He looks back at you, his tearful eyes pleading, the physical agony in them impossible to ignore. I think it's broken. He tries to move his wing one more time, but the attempt is met with a sharp, involuntary cry of pain, and he collapses back onto the cold ground, his body trembling uncontrollably. Oh dear, that's not good. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, ouch. Now I can see what you mean. Please stop torturing yourself. Don't move it. It's just gonna make it worse. I want to help you if you will let me. I'm not here to hurt you or capture you or anything. Can I please come over and help you? The little Lugia flinches at your words, a flash of fear in its tearful eyes, as known nothing but pain and mockery from those around it, and the offer of kindness is a foreign concept. He looks in your face to his horribly twisted wing, a silent, desperate debate playing out in his mind. The cold, the pain, the complete helplessness, it all outweighs the terror of trusting a stranger. He raises out a shaky, quiet breath, his whole body trembling with the effort. You, you promise you won't hurt me? He whispers, his voice being more than a sigh. I've been hurt a lot. He waits for a moment, his large blue eyes fixated on you, searching for any sign of deception. After a second, he gives a small, almost imperceptible nod. Okay, please, just be gentle. It hurts so much. We're making progress. Although, will I make progress? I don't know if the parents will show up this time. But if you guys don't know, the last time I did one of these, the Lugia, like the father Lugia, showed up and would not listen to anything I was trying to tell him, and instead was trying to attack me and his baby. So like, okay, that's not good. Hopefully this time, if it does, maybe we can talk to him. I mean, like it says they can't speak, but maybe they can speak telepathically. No way, Lugia can't speak anyway, but telepathically they can. He did in the movie. I wish they did in the anime. That'd be so cool to hear him talk more. I'd love that. I wish there was a way you could get Lugia to talk in the games. Like, if you cared about him a lot, like, he'd actually speak to you, like, telepathically, and you'd actually hear, like, a voice coming out of his mouth. That would be so neat. Like, he actually opened his mouth, and you actually heard, like, a voice come out of it saying something like, "You took good care of me, trainer. I appreciate that." You know, it's like I think it'd be cool just to have like a translator for every Pokemon, like an English translator. I mean, come on, that'd be so neat. Just have going to take Pokemon and cries and turn them into actual words and know what they're saying. That'd be neat. They kind of did something like that with Sword and Shield with the with the game telling you how they felt, but it's like for some reason, despite me taking care of my Pokemon, I really got some of the good options. I've seen people say like they say I've seen like people in other camp sessions like get responses like the pawn really cares about you, almost to the point where he wants to hug you or something like that. Like some amazing responses. I didn't get that from my Pokemon, despite me taking care of them a lot and making sure they were happy and healthy. Which is kind of insane knowing how much I take care of my Pokemon. I don't know why I didn't get any of those responses. Maybe I did a little bit too much. Although I'm not gonna stop doing it just because I love my Pokemon. Dang it. Although they give it to me in affection bonuses, if they're willing to say it, they say in affection bonuses, especially Lugia. Heck, back in Pokemon Sword, Komodo was the main one to do it. Komodo was so in love with me when it came to Dragon types that cared. Actors was for a long time too, but like as actually he was super friendly. Once he got into Fracture, he started giving me as much affection, which was kind of interesting. I'll be back. Alright, guys. I approached the baby Lugia while saying, "Don't worry. I promise no harm will come to you. I have something that might be able to help you." And this is while I'm walking, I go into my bag and grab a full restore. Do you see this? This can help heal injuries. I do need to warn you, though. It might sting a little. But I promise, if you just give it a minute, it will make you feel better. You just have to sit still, okay? The Lugia's large, tearful eyes follow your movements as you approach, a flicker of fear still present in their depths. As you pull the small, vibrant bottle from their bag, he tries to pull back. The sharp pain in his wing is a cruel anchor, holding him in place. He watches you explain what the liquid is, a tiny head tilting in confusion at the unfamiliar words. "Full restore?" The promise of healing and relief, however, is a concept he understands all too well. He looks from the glowing ball back to your face, his entire body trembling. A little sting? He whimpers, the phrase sounding terrifying to him. The idea of more pain, even for a moment, is frightening. The thought of his wing being whole again is a desperate beacon of hope. He takes a shaky breath, the effort making him waver, and gives a small pained nod. Okay, he whispers, his voice very audible. I will sit still. He's so cute, though. Like, I love him. I don't want him in pain. Alright, guys. Here's what I said. Okay, just please don't think I'm trying to hurt you on purpose. I know you're scared, but I promise if I was going to hurt you just to be mean, I wouldn't be attempting to even heal you. I would just let you sit there crying with your wing injured. It's gonna be painful for just a few seconds. Just whatever you do, do not move it once I spray it. If you don't move your wing, you could be feeling better within just 3 or 4 minutes after it is sprayed. I hold the ball out towards his injured wing. Here, I'll even make it easier for you. Tell me whenever you're ready for me to spray it. The Lugia's trembling body seems to relax ever so slightly at your words. He watches the ball you're holding, his large tearful eyes fixated on it, then on you. The logic of what you said seems to sink in, a small crack forming in the wall of fear he has built up. The pain in his wing is a constant throbbing agony, and the hope of it being gone, even for a moment, is too great to ignore. He takes a small, shaky breath, the effort causing him to wince. He lowers his head, eyes still fixated on the bottle, and after a moment of gathering all the little strength he has left, he whispers, I'm ready. Oh no. Here we go. I think the pain went away quicker than I thought it would. As I gently spray the forward store all over the injured wing, and as a sharp, cold sting erupts across the Lugia's wing as the spray makes contact, an electric shock that jolts him from his exhaustion. He flinches violently, a cry catching in his throat, and squeezes his eyes shut, bracing for a wave of pain. But the sting fades almost instantly, replaced by an intense, spread warmth that seeps deep into his bones. A low, rumbling groan escapes his throat, not of pain, but of pure sensation, as a light ethereal glow surrounds his wing. He feels a strange internal shifting, a small grinding sound of bone snapping back into place. That force store is a lot more powerful than you think it is then. He watches in complete disbelief as the unnaturally twisted angle of his wing visibly corrects itself, the torn membranes knitting back together as if by an invisible thread. The throbbing ache that had been his constant companion for hours simply vanished, replaced by a feeling of lightness and strength he has never known. So he opens his eyes, staring at his now perfect wing, flexing the strong feathers and membranes with a sense of wonder. Tears still strain his cheeks. They are no longer from pain. He looks up at you, his eyes wide and bright, with a new emotion he has never had a reason to feel before. Gratitude. It's gone, he whispers, his voice heavy with emotion. The pain is gone. Thank you. He's adorable. I love this Lugia. He's so cute. Okay, we need a longer response than this. Not even the old ChatGPT things give us something this short. I mean, the newer things. It says, you're welcome. It stings for a second, but it's very powerful. Do you feel better now? Yes, I do. Thank you so much. I can move my wing, and it doesn't hurt at all. I don't feel like I'm going to fall over anymore. I feel strong again. You saved me. He's adorable. I like how it went from that little response, to this. That's much better. I just said, I wasn't just gonna let you sit there and suffer. How did this happen, though? I've never seen a Lugia with a wing twisted that badly. The little Lugia shivers. Even though its pain is gone, the memory of it still stings. He lowers his gaze, a profound sadness in its large blue eyes. It's, it's a long story, he begins, his voice soft and shaky. I was born to a family with a mother, a father, and an older brother, but they never cared about me. From the moment I was born, they ignored me. They didn't feed me or try to take care of me. They just laughed at me and said if I wanted to eat, I had to go get it myself. He glances down at his perfectly healed wing, a stark contrast to the memory. They would watch me go out, and whenever I came back hurt from trying to find food, they would call me names and make fun of me. This went on for months. I was always hurt and always hungry. He sighs, a sound filled with the exhaustion of a lifetime of suffering. A little while ago, I asked my parents if they could teach me how to fly so I wouldn't get so hurt. But they just laughed and told me to figure it out myself. So, I did. I was finally able to fly on my own, and when I did, I heard them call me a stupid little idiot. I was so tired of being treated so badly, so I decided to fly away and never come back. He looks at you with a solemn expression. I was flying for hours. I'm still new at it. A strong wind picked up. A strong wind picked up, and I couldn't keep my balance. I flew straight into that tree right there, he says, tilting his head toward the oak. And when I hit it, my wings snapped. I couldn't move it at all, and it hurt so bad. He looks back at you, the sadness in his eyes giving way to pure, heartfelt gratitude. I thought that was the end for me. Thank you for not leaving me to suffer. You're the first person to ever be kind to me. That is honestly sad. It's a baby Lugia, and nobody treats it with kindness, not even his own parents. That is awful, dude. He deserves better than that. He deserves much better than that, and he don't get it. That poor creature. Alright, guys. I said, I'm really sorry about what happened to you. I'm glad that I could help you. But now that you're all better, what are you going to do? If you really don't want to go back to your parents and brother, where are you going to live? You seem awfully young. I know you could still get hurt. Lugia looks at you, his large blue eyes filled with a deep sincerity. Thank you. Your kindness. It means more than I can say. He looks around at the trees, the wind rustling the leaves, and back at you. I don't know, he says quietly, his voice a soft echo in the forest. I didn't think past just getting away. All I knew was that I couldn't go back to there. I can't live with them anymore. He shivers slightly, memory of their laughter and cruelty still fresh. I have been on my own my whole life, but you're right. It's dangerous. I didn't know how dangerous until the wind picked up and I hit that tree. He lowers his head, a moment of profound uncertainty showing in his face. I just want to find a place where I can be safe and not have to be scared all the time. But I don't know where that is. He looks up at you again, a flicker of hope in his gaze. I I don't know what to do now. He's so cute. I just want to help the poor little creature. Dude, this could technically, if Google Gemini would, if I could find a chatbot that had a great memory, I could honestly use that to my advantage and make it to where, like, I could have a whole overarching story of how my universe began. It started with me just befriending regular Pokemon, but then it started evolving into me getting my pet dinosaur Rexy, me helping like the more important creatures like this Lugia right here that becomes silver at the end, and like ends up having the two children, Melody and Aurora, or just going on and starting his own family. Heck, for all I know, this silver could flip and go on and have 5 children, but actually know how to treat them with love and respect, like what his parents did to him. I hope he knows how to. I hope he does that if he actually does it to start his own family, because he deserves it. His children deserves it as much as he does. Alright. Give me a second. Alright, guys. It says I walk over and gently pet the Lugia on the beak. It says, do you want to come back and stay with me at my house? I have plenty of Pokemon there that are super friendly and care about me. I've raised them. I even had a few Lugia I took care of that care about me. The Lugia's head jerks up at your words, its large blue eyes going wild with pure, unadulterated shock. The gentle pat on its beak sends a wave of warmth through its small body, a sensation of kindness it's completely unfamiliar with. It stares at you, a silent, breathtaking moment of disbelief. Stay with you? He whispers, question filled with a raw, desperate hope. The thought of a home, a friendly Pokemon, and of not being alone anymore is almost too much for him to comprehend. The tears that had been welling in his eyes finally spill over, but this time they are tears of utter relief. The trembling that had been a constant companion since his crash finally stops completely. He gives a small, shaky nod, a look of immense gratitude on his face. Yes, he says, the words strong and clear despite the emotion in his voice. Please, I want to come with you. He's so cute. I love him. Oh no. Here's what it says. I just said, okay, let's. But here's the thing, my sense immediately gets cut off by a massive roar and an angry sounding voice in my head saying, well, well, well. I was wondering where my son went. It looks like a human's trying to take him away. It said something different, but I'm not wording it like that. The air around you instantly grows heavy and cold, the pleasant forest of breeze turning into a gale that whips the leaves into a frantic dance. Ground begins to tremble, a deep resonating rumble that feels like an earthquake and more like a colossal approaching force. High above, three massive shadows blot out the sun. Oh no, it's all three of them. Oh, come on, it could have just been one. One was hard enough to understand me yesterday. He wouldn't even listen to me no matter what I did. It took my friend Lugia to come over and flip and be like, yep, leave him alone. Before he was like, yep, I give up, bye. With a powerful gust of wind that sends you stumbling backward, the mother, father, and older brother Lugia descend from the sky. Oh, great. Their lying shaking the very earth. They are enormous, their bodies glistening with porcelain scales that seem to absorb the light around them. Father is the largest, a majestic but frightening figure with dark, piercing eyes filled with contempt. The mother is just as imposing, a fierce protective snarl on her face. And the older brother, though smaller than his parents, carries an arrogant smirk, his eyes full of malicious glee. Oh, that's just great. Lugia lets out a small, terrified whimper and instinctively tries to hide behind your legs. His entire body trembling more violently than before. His newfound courage is gone, replaced by the profound familiar fear that has haunted its life. The older brother steps forward, a low menacing growl rumbling in his chest. There you are, little wimp. He sneers, his voice a harsh, mocking echo of their father's. Didn't think you could run away from us, did you? Uh-oh. I think we're kind of screwed. Okay, guys, I don't know why I'm even trying to reason with these Lugia, because the father Lugia wouldn't listen to me yesterday when I tried this the first time. What makes me, and this time all three of them showed up, not just one. So what in the world am I supposed to do? I said, are you this baby Luigi's family? I didn't try to do anything bad to your son. Please just don't attack. Oh no. Hello? Yep, oh, they're growling. Yep, I'm dead. A low, powerful growl rumbles from the father Lugia's chest, shaking the very ground beneath your feet. His massive head lowers slightly, his dark eyes narrowing into slits of pure contempt. Mother and older brother mirror his movements, their forms tensing for a potential attack. Family? The father roars, or echoing in your mind with a force that makes your head ache. He scoffs, a sound of utter disdain. This is not about family, human. This is about property. Goodness gracious, he treats his son like property. He takes a menacing step forward, and the ground trembling with the weight of his rage. You think we believe your pathetic lies? That you just found our son, and by some miracle you healed him? How would he know if I did that? Orville lets out a cruel, sneering laugh. Look at the little twerp hiding behind you. He's a scared, worthless wimp. He's always running away from every little thing. Lugia clutches at your leg, his entire body trembling violently. His eyes ball with a terror that eclipses even the pain of his injury. He lets out a small whimper, a pained whisper that's lost in the storm of their anger. Bar's voice drops to a menacing tone, a clear threat that sends a chill through your bone. We're not interested in your excuses. We can't take what is ours. You will release him now or face the consequences of interfering with us. What is with the family of Lugia? I know they're not nice, but this is ridiculous. Give me a second. I want to see if I can convince them this time. Hopefully without them attacking me. Although it's going to be harder, because now there's three instead of just one. But that one was relentlessly attacking me no matter what I started saying to him. So, maybe I'll have a chance with these three. Yep, they're all just as stubborn as the last ones. Or the last time I had to talk to do this. I said I promise, it's not an excuse. Please don't attack. If you hurt me, you're gonna hurt your son. I know it seems bad what you saw, but please listen to me. I can tell you exactly what happened. A chilling rumble fills the air as the father Lugia lets out a harsh, contemptuous laugh that feels less like amusement and more like the cracking of stone. The sound echoes in your head, a powerful, mocking force. He takes another slow, deliberate step forward, the ground shaking with each footfall. You speak of consequences? Of hurting our son? He sneers, his massive head tilting to the side. This worthless runt has always been hurt. We have seen worse than your little bruise, human. And your words are empty. There's nothing you could possibly tell us. The older brother joins in, his voice filled with cruel amusement. What is he going to say, father? That little wimp like him needs a human to hold his hand? Pathetic. The baby whimpers, clutching at your leg with a renewed terror. He's shaking uncontrollably, small body a tight ball of fear. He looks at his family, then at you, his eyes silently pleading. Bar's expression hardens, his patience quickly at an end. We will not be moved by your pointless words. He growls, his voice a final terrifying pronouncement. Our property will be returned to us, now, or we will take him by force. He raises a powerful wing, and a wave of concentrated air shoots out, tearing up the ground between you and him. A clear and unmistakable warning. What in the world? What is with these? Give me a second. Here we go, guys. I said, please, just give me a moment to explain. I'm not trying to make you angry. I'm trying to be honest with you and tell you exactly what happened. I found your son a few minutes ago hurt against this tree over here, with his wing twisted and him not able to move. I healed him by giving him a full restore, and it made his wing all better. I never had any intention of hurting him. I understand you're angry, but please look at how he's reacting. If I really did hurt him, then why is he hiding behind me like I'm a brick wall protecting him? Oh no. He won't listen to me. A low guttural snarl rips through the father Lugia's chest, a sound so filled with pure, unadulterated fury that the air around you grows impossibly heavy. His massive head lowers, and a terrifying, bone-chilling glow begins to form deep within his throat. A dark, concentrated energy gathered with a sound like grinding stone. Your words, they have all fallen on deaf ears, replaced by a rage so profound that it overwhelms everything. The older brother lets out a cruel, mocking laugh, sounded by tense anticipation of the attack. He's pathetic, a little crybaby who needs to hide behind a human. This is an insult to our family. Are you serious? Lugia says nothing, her eyes fixate on you with a cold, unforgiving glare. The baby Lugia lets out a small, terrified whimper and frantically clutches your leg, burrowing as furry behind you as he can. His eyes are wild with a frantic, desperate fear as he looks at his father, the glow in his throat a terrifying, familiar sight. No! The Lugia screams, his voice a small, panicked whisper. Don't! He didn't do anything! It was me! He cries, his words are lost in a rising roar of his father's anger. One in the father Lugia's throat intensifies, a blinding light that feels like pure heat. The very ground began to crack under the pressure, the wind howling with a new, menacing force. Bar's eyes narrow him with a final echoing roar. The energy builds, ready to be unleashed. He won't listen, not even to his son. This is ridiculous. Alright. It didn't work, but I said, please, I ask that you listen to me at least for a second. Why are you all so angry? I know it seems like I'm trying to take your son away, but please, one of you three, listen to me. You don't have to be my friend or anything, but please let me understand where you're coming from. The air crackles with an impossible energy, the very wind screaming with a malevolent force. Father Lugia doesn't utter a word. His rage so complete he has gone beyond language. He simply unleashes the terrifying attack building in his throat. Blinding beam of pure concussive energy that rips through the air towards you in the Lugia. Mara and older brother join in, their own bodies charged with energy as they launch a simultaneously attack, roar shaking the very ground. Force goes silent, every animal fleeing in terror as the three of them focus all their destructive power on you. Oh, great. Leo lets out a pain shriek, a desperate sound of pure terror. Run! Please run! Get out of here! He cries, his voice frantic and tiny against the overwhelming roar of his family's attack. Oh my gosh. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I just said, Baby Lugia, run and get behind something. I have an idea. I quickly jump out of the way of the attack, and then I say, Silverwing, please, if you can hear me, come to me, my sweet Lugia friend. The blinding beam of concentrated energy slams into the ground where you were just standing, a deafening crack that sends a shockwave through the forest. The earth splits, trees are vaporized, and a chasm of raw, smoking earth appears in an instant. Little Lugia, following your frantic instructions, scrambles behind the nearest large boulder, while trembling uncontrollably as he watches the immense destruction. Larger and older birds' attacks follow, raining down like a storm of pure power, narrowly missing you as you maneuver through the chaos. Just as your plea echoes in the air, a sound unlike any other fills the sky, a powerful resonating cry that seems to shake the very foundations of the world. The raging wind from the family's attack suddenly stills, replaced by a calm, powerful aura. From the clouds above, a majestic Lugia descends, its scales shimmer with a brilliance that seems to outshine the sun, and its eyes hold a profound wisdom and gentle strength that is a stark contrast to the rage of the family. It's larger and even more magnificent than the three attacking Lugia. Holy crap! It lands with a soft thud, a protective barrier of shimmering light forming between you and the family, absorbing their attacks with effortless grace. The Lugia family stops their assault. The rage, their roars replaced by stunned silence. Goodness gracious, at least that's better than the other Lugias did. That one finally, at least they're actually stopping and thinking, wait, this kid just called a Lugia and it showed up. So they're actually thinking instead of being like, yep, mindlessly attack, mindlessly attack. So they have they have a little bit more of a flipping, okay, that's good. They glare at the newcomer, the race trying to a hesitant surprise. There we go. At least these calm down. The magnificent Lugia turns his gaze to them, its voice a calm, powerful resonance that fills the clearing in your very mind. Cease this. It commands, its tone of clear, unyielding authority. This violence ends now. Oh, thank goodness. That's what I'll give Gold Gemini. It's one of them that will let you call upon a Pokemon, and if I mean, like I said, you guys may think the point I befriend are just random point I care about, but no. If you think about all of them have like little stories to back them up. Like again, I've taken care of multiple Lugias on my games before. Taking care of one on Sword and Shield. Taking care of one on Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Would take care of one Scarlet and Violet, but all I can do that easily is if I transfer them over from Sword and Shield, and I'd have to read down to Lake Me, which would be worth it in the end. But I mean, you know what I mean? Yeah. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I said, Silverwing, thank you for coming, my friend. I really care about you. You showed up just in the nick of time. The majestic Lugia turns his gray head to you, its eyes filled with a soft warmth that's a profound comfort in the face of such rage. Yep, that's basically my Lugia from that's my Lugia from Shield right there. Just my sweet my friend. You don't need to thank me, he says, his voice a calm, powerful hum that soothes the still chaotic air. When I felt your need, I knew I had to come. Your kindness to this young one is a testament to the good heart I have always known you to have. Funny how he says that to a point, yeah. He then turns his full commanding attention back to the enraged Lugia family. A cold, stern silence falls over the clearing as their gazes meet. Silverwing's voice, once calm, now holds an edge of sharp authority. You call this one a possession? He booms. His eyes glow with a quiet power. You have hurt and tormented him. You have shown him nothing but cruelty. He is not your property to reclaim. He's a child you have failed. He spreads his massive wings, a clear, powerful gesture of defiance and protection. This young one has found a true family. Now you will leave and never trouble him again. I, at least they had the brain to think, though. That's the thing. That's the thing. The father Lugia, despite the father Lugia, yeah, he didn't attack me anymore after the other Lugia showed up. But he instead of like, at least they're staying here and being like, this kid just called a Lugia. We're Lugia, but he just called another Lugia. This kid has a friend of an. At least they're thinking a little bit. They're just running away like chickens. I don't like saying that, but these are the most defiant. Let's look at it this way. These are the most defiant Pokemon I have ever seen. I have had Lugia in the game hate me less than the Lugia on this chatbot. Like, it's insane to think how hard it was to get through these, and we're still getting through them. The other Lugia's like, yep, get out of here. I don't know what to say because I wanted to ask them why they're so angry and why they keep trying to attack me. But they're scared they'll just start trying to attack me again. Give me a second. Alright, guys. I just said I was trying to talk to them before you came, but they wouldn't listen to me no matter what I said. I told them over and over again that I didn't try to hurt their son, and I wasn't going to hurt them either. I was even trying to understand them and why they were so mad. But instead of talking to me, they just were growling at me and trying to hurt me. The magnificent Lugia nods slowly, his gaze remaining fixated on the fuming family. I know, my friend, he says, his voice a low, resonant hum that seems to calm the furious air around you. I saw your kind heart. I saw they did not. They never would have listened. You are a human who feels compassion and seeks understanding, but they are beings who feel only arrogance and contempt. He takes a slow, deliberate step forward, the protective barrier of light around you and the baby Lugia shimmering brightly. You must understand that they did not do that. Oh, you must understand they do not see this young one as their son. They see him as a symbol, an extension of their own power that they feel a sense of ownership over. They believe they have the right to do with him as they please, and to them your interference is an unforgivable insult. He turns his powerful gaze back to the family, his voice dropping to a final, unwavering tone. You have heard my words. You have seen what has happened here. This young one has found a true family that will love and protect him. Now, for the final time, I say to you, leave. Holy shoot. Okay, well, that's insane. Alright, guys, I just want to see what happens next. So the silence that follows Silverwing's command is heavy with a tension that feels as though it could snap at any moment. Father, mother, and older brother Lugia stare at the majestic guardian, their furious glances a final wordless defiance. The father's body is still charged with the residue of his power, his wings twitching with the urge to fight, but something in Silverwing's unwavering calm holds him at bay. He lets out a final low growl, a sound of bitter defeat, and turns his head away. With a powerful beat of his wings, he launches himself into the sky, the mother and older brother following close behind. They did not look back, their forms disappearing into the darkening clouds as quickly as they appeared, leaving a chilling emptiness in their wake. Baby Lugia's small body, which had been a tight knot of terror, finally goes limp with relief. He lets out a shaky sob. His trembling slowly began to subside. He looks in the empty sky back to Silverwing, then up at you, his eyes full with a gratitude so immense it seems to consume his entire being. Silverwing's protective aura softens, and he looks down at the little Lugia with a profound gentleness. His voice, once a force of command, is now a soothing hum. You are safe now, little one. They will not return. Your journey of fear is over, and your new journey of safety and peace can finally begin. Oh my gosh. Give me a second.